All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking how to use OSV, how to use OSV along with the OSV chart. This is the chart. This is a new feature only available on the top tier plan. Let's get to it. So this is the OSV, and this is the OSV tank. This is where when you use the 2-minute auto tracker, you put a click or a check mark on this box, it'll automatically record every 2 minutes. Okay. Now you notice that the date and time is today is the 18th, and this is from yesterday's data. I haven't refreshed my browser, so good that I haven't because now I still have previous data, so I can make this video. But before we continue, today is just going to be about how to use OSV to track and determine what direction the market's going to go. Okay, now first thing you need to do is make sure that all four corners up here are positive. When the market starts, it's going to turn negative. Then after it becoming negative, it'll become positive. At that point, then you can start tracking. You can start using the 2-minute auto tracker. And let me give you an example of what it looks like when it's not all positive. Let's use this for example. Let's use AMC for example. Okay, see how this is negative, and this is for a different strike price, but I wanted to show you guys what all four corners need to look like. It's negative. You wouldn't record yet or count or begin to look for the consecutive numbers until all four corners are positive. So let's go back to the previous day data. So this is, you'll notice that I'll have new sets of expirations here. So we're not going to be using this as an example today, but we're going to focus more on this. So this is a result. You see I have multiple sets of data. This is the result from previous trading days activity. So I started recording 6:30, 6:32, and at 6:32, the market opens. I'm on the West Coast, so market opens at 6:30 for me. But at 6:32, you're gonna notice that this is the data it's recording. It's just a duplicate. That's not a glitch. That's just there's no current activity on the options. There's no actual buying and selling at the moment. Plus, at this point, it's still the four corners I was referring to at the beginning of the video. It's still negative, and it has not gotten to positive yet. And it isn't until we get to here where I believe at 7:06 was when or I could probably go back to maybe 7:50 died. All four corners of the totals became positive, and at that point, this is where you want to start looking for the consecutive tens to let us know if the day is going to be either be bullish or bearish. Okay, so when you first log on to OSV, the question you really want an answer for is the day going to be bearish or bullish? Okay, and that's what OSV is designed to answer. And so what you're looking for is consecutive or growing number. A growing number either to the upside or to the downside. Obviously, if it's to the downside, it's going to be a put strength. It'll be a put day. But if it's growing to the upside, it'll be a call day. And so, and we want 10, plus or minus 10. And if we use these example, we don't have, I mean, we could start from here. right? We'll start from 1, and if today is going to be bullish, then we want sets of numbers recorded up to 10. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You may skip a few numbers, and it doesn't have to be like consecutive in that way, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may see 1, and then 3, 6, 8, whatever, 10. But as long as you have consecutive or growing number to the 10, and it's on the same price, same strike price, then you have a good set of data to suggest a direction for the whole day. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. Right here. On this day, we had a perfect example. So we have 27, right? And we have 529. So if the day is going to be bullish or bearish, if it's bearish, we would expect for this thing to continue recording to the downside 17. Okay, so it's losing value. But if this is to be bullish, we want plus 10 from this, which would be 37. So if we go from 27, 29, 29, 30, 32, 35, 36, 37. So there's just 37 here. So this is 39, but right here, 36, we have 36 and 39. So this, somewhere in the middle, 37 was hit. But you notice it's a duplicate, right? It's a duplicate. And this will happen on our front end of the website. This happens because there's a lot of data coming in right exactly at that 10th mark. And you know if it's a duplicate if you have 742 and 742.16. This is supposed to be recorded every 2 minutes. So this should be 744. But instead it created a duplicate. So between 742 and 747, 37 was recorded, which is right here. Okay, it just created a duplicate because a lot of massive data came in just right at this block of time. So we have a consecutive 10, or we have a growing 10, and you want to make sure that it's all on the same price. See up here, so we have 529, 529, 529, 529, 529, 529, 529, 529, up until we hit 37 here. So again, growing from 27, we were expecting a 37, and this is from 29, 30, 33, 36, and 37 is here. It just happens to be duplicate, but either way, you have 39, making it 12, so 12-point growth. Now at this point, and it's 7:47. At this point, you have just determined that the day is going to be bullish. This means from 7:47 until the end of market, the price is going to fluctuate up and down, but it will recover bullish. Okay, let's look at that on the OSV chart. This is the chart, and right here we have that block of time. You see how it says 794, and we have let's hover over. Tank is at 2773. This is 2794. Okay, and they're going to be different because this whole thing is on a separate server, and this is also on a separate server. But what we want to capture is a 7, or is a plus 10. So right here, you'll notice the numbers growing, and as a matter of fact, for this, we have 38. Okay, so we already hit 37 right there. So we have a block of numbers that hit the rule plus 10. This is a positive positive direction. After that, depending on the volume, the price will either go down in a drastic or scary way, or it'll just shoot up. Okay, but one thing is for certain is that the day is going to be bullish, no matter what the price does. It's going to be bullish, and so your entry is up to you. At least you know at this point at 7 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 7, where was it? 7:48, almost an hour into the market, you know that the rest of the day will end bullish. And so here's the drama right here. And it's fluctuating, the price is going crazy, right? And actually look at the charts. Let's look at the chart. This was the right here. Let's hide this, hide that to make it complete. There you go. So this is what happened Friday. And if you didn't have OSV, you would just be looking at this, as the market opens. If you look at this side of the chart, when the market opens, it's going to go like this. It's fluctuating. You don't know if it's a bullish or bearish. You could get lucky, buy call, and win, but that's all that is. It's luck. You can buy put if you like, but there's a big chance that you might not print on that put. And the one thing you're looking for is the day going to be bullish or bearish, right? And the answer is bullish. So now, knowing that if the day is going to be bullish, you now have on your shopping cart, or you have in mind to buy a call when it dips. But stagger your dips. Don't buy in buckets. Just one at a time, or slowly enter a position, and make sure your expiration is safe. I typically like to go 5+ days out. That's 5 trading days out, and I keep the strike price really close to the current price. And so you have this, right? So at 7 o'clock, right around here, you already know that it's going to be bullish this day. Now, that doesn't mean that you go ahead and buy right now. You can if you want, because it could take off, right? But you now have the idea of that today is going to be bullish. And so when dips come, you'll have confidence in buying the dip, because it will eventually take off the whole day, or towards the end of the day. Now you will have a instance where this price range is not done yet, right? And it carried over to the next trading day. And so Monday, we might have a bigger upside. So if you held your position here and it takes off Monday up here, you definitely won. You're going to be able to secure a nice set of profit. And it's scary at first, so I always suggest people always use paper trading first, so that you can understand this and not lose money. You can lose some real money. You can lose some fake money so that you can understand how this works, but don't lose real money trying to understand how this works. So just, respect the paper trade and understand, and use it for understanding OSV. But let's go back to this. So we have this session right here. This section allowed us to know what's going to happen for the whole day. And right here, this is what scared a lot of people. It never hit +10. It stayed sideways. Not up to here. It did this big jump down, allowing for the bears for the puts to exit. But it then climbed back up. It continued its trajectory. And let me show you what I mean. You see how this is like to the T, right? That direction is exactly to the T. So yeah, and meanwhile you've got this, and it's really just flat. There's no put strength growing. So at this point in time, you already knew that the day was going to be bullish, and these drops were safe drops. They were safe dips to buy. And then sure enough, right there, the day ended bullish. And during this period right here, if you were shaken off, if you were, if you allowed it to scare you, you exited at a loss. If you bought short contracts, you're going to get shaken off by theta because this trend could end the following day, right? Or it could really explode on that day, allowing you to exit a clear profit. So what does that look like? Let me compare side by side. Let me zoom out. There you go. So this is the chart. This is the OSV. I tried to line it up as much as I could, but right here, right around this time, it went down, and the charts can lie to you often. Actually, it tells you it's bullish or bearish. You buy it, and then it goes the opposite. But at least with OSV, you already know it's going to be bullish, and these dips are safe to buy, right? So here, there's a clear trajectory. It's going up. This, not so much. It's just flat. Nobody's buying puts. So you knew early on that it was going to be bullish, and all you had to do is wait or, start building your position because it will then take off. This is, I want to say, this is a very powerful tool. This will change the game. This will give you confidence. You won't have to rely on the charts. These charts are designed to really get to you mentally and really affect your emotions. And it's not what you want on your when you're making a decision. You don't want that factored in. You don't want your emotions played with because of the charts. You want no influence at all. You just want solid data. You want a tool that's going to tell you what the hell the day is going to be about, despite all the drama, but despite all these quick drops, right? Despite all these the news or the FUD, you just want something that's going to answer your question. Is the day going to be bullish or bearish? Tell me. And that's what OSV is going to tell you. The data that is presented to you is real data. This is real data, and it's sometimes it could be confusing, but it's giving you exactly what the market is doing, and you want to pay attention to plus or minus 10. Now this is a demonstration on a bullish day. The bearish day would also be the opposite, right? You would want this put direction trajecting down and also giving you consecutive or growing number minus 10. And that's it for now. I'm trying to keep this video short. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. If not, I am more than willing to answer questions. Just ask me, and your questions will be compiled, and I'll be able to understand what I'm missing, or I'll be able to understand what exactly I need to focus on. But let me fast forward to this so that I could show you. If at 27 or from 7:30 you realize it's going to be bullish, this is what the end of day will look like. Let me fast forward. Boom. It went all the way up to 200, which is right here. 200. This is called the tank value. So the tank value went all the way up to 200. So get this, if you got into position here and you even bought the dip and you were comfortable buying the dip, guess what? You just won. Right? You just won. And if you hold the next day, depending on how things might go, you might win even more. Not a promise, but it is. It's going to give you a somewhat of a peaceful mind when making decisions about what to buy.